This is Augustana Sportscene, a weekly update on Viking Athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Now, let's catch up on the action and excitement of Augustana Athletics as we roll our Augustana Sports Update for this week.
Last weekend, Coach Ashley Buckley's Augustana volleyball team went 4-0 at the Black Hills State Tournament to push their winning streak to 5 matches in a row. The Vikings, now 6-2 overall, shut out the University of Mary and Chadron State 3-0 while defeating Michigan Tech and Colorado Christian 3-1. Over the 4 matches, Jordan Spatanka led Augustana with 52 kills, with Holly Halfmeyer pounding down 43. Marissa Johnson paced the Vikings in assists as she dished out an average of 32 per match, while Grace Sanders rutted up 61 digs. In football, Coach Mike Aldrich's team came up short as they dropped a 31-25 road game at the University of Mary. Miscues and missed opportunities plagued the Vikings as they missed 3 field goals and turned the ball over 3 times. Augustana, now 1-1 overall, held Mary to just 28 yards rushing, but the Marauders used an effective passing game to score their 4 touchdowns. Wide receiver Grant Gebhardt led the Vikings with a career-high 8 catches for 148 yards and a score, while Dejan Newell rushed for 111 yards, his 6th career 100-yard performance. Quarterback Josh Hansen completed 27 of 52 passes for 343 yards. Wideout Ben Parsley caught a 6-yard TD pass from Hansen, while Noah Heisman grabbed 7 balls for 73 yards. Austin Lukey led the Augustana defense with 12 tackles, and Thomas Vanasek and Sean Kelly added 9 each. Kelly also picked off a Mary pass and he returned it 14 yards, while Ben Skelly and Lukey recorded quarterback sacks. In women's soccer, Coach Brandon Barkas's team had a busy week as they played 3 games. The Vikings dropped hard-fought 2-1 and 1-0 battles against Emporia State and Truman State before beginning their NSI season with a 3-0 home win over Wayne State. Katie Hurd, Peyton Fry, and Cara Bartles scored goals for the Augustana ladies. Haley Berner, Jesse Huff, and Hurd provided the assists. The Vikings outshot the Wildcats 12-8 with goalkeeper Amanda Wagner grabbing 9 saves to record the shutout. In women's golf, Coach Peggy Kirby's team got their season rolling as they won a triangular with Southwest Minnesota State and the University of Sioux Falls. Maggie Leland shot a 4-over par 75 to win the individual title. Emily Cadera was right behind with a 76, with Allie Ostrander shooting a 77. And in men's golf, Coach Steve Clark's team began their season by winning the 7-team Luxury Auto Mall Classic at Baker Crossing Golf Course. Clay Coplin and Kyle Coplin were Augustana's highest finishers as they both finished with 36-hole scores of 146. CJ Halcomb and Luke Robeson also played well as they both shot 149. That's our sports update for this week. When we come back, we'll talk Augustana football with Coach Mike Aldrich. Stay with us.
Augustana Sportscene is brought to you by Sanford Health, improving the human condition, and by Mid-Continent Communications, part of our community, part of your life. Augustana Sportscene is also brought to you by Graham Automotive, real service, real value.
1, 2, 3, push!
Today we come together, united as a human family. Today we share the same stage, the same commitment, the same dream. Today is not just about the ceremony, the flags raised at the end. It's about what it takes to get there, the commitment, the finest training, and digging deep when the moment depends on it. Today we come together to improve the human condition.
Midconet Extreme Wideband. 3 levels of extremely fast connections with exceptional capacity to choose from. Extreme 1.0, exciting speeds that start out faster than anyone in the region. Extreme 2.0, exhilarating speed for gaming or streaming. Extreme 3.0, extraordinary speed for the whole house. It's among the nation's fastest. 3 extreme speeds. Only from Midconet Extreme Wideband.
Build your own bundle and save today. xisnext.com.
Premium is the new standard. The Volkswagen Passat. That's the power of German engineering.
You may have met one. The teachers who challenge. The ones who motivate. The ones who can fire imagination. The ones, in short, that you'll find at Augustana. Now, maybe you don't believe that one college could have so many great professors. If so, you're in for an education. Augustana.
Joining me now is Augustana head football coach Mike Aldrich. Mike, last Saturday afternoon, the Vikings took the long trip out to Bismarck, North Dakota to take on the University of Mary. It's been a tough place for the Vikings to play, and it proved to be a tough one again as we came up a little short, falling 31-25. Your thoughts on the game?
Well, it was. I thought it was a good trip on the way up, and the weather was perfect. You couldn't ask for anything better. So the conditions were ideal, and for us to score on the second play of the game, I thought that things were in the right direction. But it turned into an offensive shootout pretty fast, and it seemed like neither team was going to be a great defensive team. And they just they were able to convert a couple more at the end and be able to pull it away for that 6-point win.
Yeah, well, a disappointing loss for the Vikings, but let's break it down, and there's always positives, there's always things to work on in a game. Let's talk about the offense first.
Well, you know, Josh Hansen probably would have been the top passer in the league this weekend if it wasn't for the Mary quarterback. And so it was a pretty good shootout between two good quarterbacks. I think Josh got hit a few more times, and that caused him to be less efficient than what the University of Mary quarterback Bagnell was. But we were able to open up the run late. It took a little while for us to get it cranked open, but in the fourth quarter, Dejan was able to break free and was close on 2 runs to almost popping it. So then once we were able to do that, and this was all in the process of climbing back in out of an 11-point deficit, that we were able to get ourselves back into that football game, and that really was encouraging. And then receiving Grant Gebhardt again has another huge day, his career day, which I don't think is going to be his overall career day when it's all said and done. But he made some great catches and great runs after the catch, which was even better. Matt Gary had a lot of impact in the game, had a couple good catches, a huge block on their sidelines on one of Grant's catches. Ben Parsley with another spectacular catch to get us within 3. And then Isaac Jorgensen, we were finally able to get the ball to him, and he made a couple of huge third down conversions as well. So Josh did a good job distributing the ball. Probably took too many hits in the pocket. He got sacked 4 times, and so I think that was probably the overall difference in the day for us as an offense.
Well, 3 turnovers on offense really hurt the Vikings, who outgained Mary. You mentioned Dejan. That was his 6th 100-yard career rushing game. Last week, though, a disappointment. We lost a couple of players on offense.
Yeah, just on Thursday, in kind of our last polished day of practice, we lost C.J. Ham, broke his hand. And just kind of a freak deal. He was trying to go and give a guy a stiff arm and just kind of split his fingers. And then Sam Lee, offensive tackle, went down. He was also just a freak thing, just kind of planted and went to try to catch himself and hurt his knee off of that. So those are 2 guys that we missed that played quite a bit in the first game, and our guys that were young guys that we're looking forward to for the future. So we got to treat it right and be smart with them because we need them more than for one game. We need them for their careers.
Yeah, you bet. Well, let's go over to defense.
Well, defensively, the biggest thing we wanted to do, which is the same every week, is to be able to stop the run. And we achieved that, even though they didn't go to the run right away, but they had 30 carries for 29 yards or 28 yards. So we were effective versus the run, but the pass game, they were able to make some big catches when they needed to. Overall, they were 4 of 16 on third down, so I felt like we won that battle. But when they needed a big catch, the Bagnell would go to Stefan, and it was a 10 to 12 yard route. We had great coverage, but those guys, they play good catch together, and you got to give those guys credit because they definitely deserve it.
Well, who stood out for the Vikings on defense?
Well, defensively, I think Lukey again was our leading tackler. Thomas Fanasic was right behind him. A couple guys that started to show up. Brandon Moore had a pretty good day. He was flying around, had a couple big hits, created a fumble. We also had Jake Lee was a nightmare for their offensive line all night. You know, he's quick off the ball, nearly had a safety right at the end of the first half. So he was showing up. Devin Albert again had a number of pass breakups. So, you know, we've got some guys that are doing some work, and it's just we got to keep playing consistent because we did make a lot of dumb mistakes that we shouldn't.
Okay, well, let's go to the special teams.
Well, special teams wise, as far as our power kicks, we're doing really well. You know, Drew averaged over 46 yards a punt. I think 2 or 3 inside the 20-yard line. His kickoffs were over 61 yards average kickoff, 3 touchbacks. So he was setting our defense up in great field position all day. You know, it's just we get to our field goal situation where, you know, we're talking points on the board. We get the first one blocked, which is a combination of them getting a good rush and us probably kicking the ball a little bit too low. And then after that, I think we have a little confidence issue that comes in a little bit there. But Drew missed a 50-yard field goal as time expired in the first half, and that was one that I knew was going to be a long shot. We were on the right hash, and the wind was blowing pretty good left to right. So once that ball started to die, it was going to push. So that was tough, but we had to take the shot. There was not enough time to do anything else. But at the end of the game, we have to hit that short chip shot to tie it up, and Drew pushed that one right. So that was a tough one to see have happen against us.
Well, it's back home this weekend. The Vikings taking on Minnesota Crookston on Saturday, and back to focus this week, Mike, and getting ready for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, we're already into game plan mode. We've talked to our guys quite a bit yesterday, and you know they obviously didn't feel good about the game from this past weekend. But going forward, there's a lot of season left, and we just want to focus on the next game, try to figure out and fix what we were having problems with, and we get to be back home, which is a nice thing as well.
Well, 1 o'clock Saturday, fans, Kirkby Over Stadium, the Vikings in Minnesota Crookston. Good luck, Mike.
Thank you.
You can be part of
something bigger.
As Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union, you'll have more than a place to do your banking.
As a member of Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union, you'll receive interest refunds on your loans, actual cash back every month.
They're the loan leaders. They even gave their members over $91,000 back last year.
And no hoops to jump through.
Just a place to do your banking, where you are the focus, not profits.
Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union. Yesterday's values, tomorrow's technology.
He's got the strength and is making it look easy.
Show renewed strength. Whether it's our physicians, therapists, or athletic trainers, Sanford offers the finest and most integrated orthopedic team and services around.
There's nothing he couldn't lift right now.
For the everyday competitor in all of us, Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
How do you hold a moment? Keep friends and family close. Witness the passage of time. Replay the glory days. Relive magical nights. Create memories to share. How do you capture a lifetime? One picture at a time. Life Touch. Photography for a lifetime.
Meet Rob Moore from Aberdeen, South Dakota. As a Mid-Continent service manager, he makes sure our service techs have the tools to keep customers ahead of the technology game. Rob also keeps busy coaching youth football, teaching kids both the fundamentals of the game and good sportsmanship. Looks like Rob's a game changer in more ways than one.
I'm Rob Moore, and we're good people here in Aberdeen.
With me now is Vikings assistant volleyball coach Casey Nickel. Casey, great to have you on Augustana Sportscene. Ashley Buckley out with a sinus infection today, so pinch hitter. Casey here is in as the sub. So Casey, welcome to Augustana Sportscene. Let's stop here and back up first and talk about the first competition of the season, which really exciting for the ladies and the coaches. You got to go to Hawaii. You played 4 matches.
Yeah.
Talk about how it went out there.
Hawaii, once in a lifetime trip for us. We had done some local tournaments the past couple of years with Coach Buckley having her little ones, so this was a big trip. The girls had worked hard for it, really excited about it. We were able to do a lot of the touristy things out there, which is awesome. We went to the volcano, we saw some waterfalls, got to go to the beach a day. So the volleyball was great too. It was different opponents we typically don't get to see. We played Hero Hawaii twice and were successful both times. We played a bigger British Columbia team, definitely unorthodox style of volleyball, which was good for us to see. And then we took on the number 2 University of Nebraska Kearney, which we dropped a match to. A great team. I hope we get another run at them later in the season.
All right. Well, great trip for the ladies and the coaches to Hawaii. Glad to hear you got some beach time in. You don't want to go to Hawaii and not get beach time in. All right. Well, then it was back to Sioux Falls. School started here at Augustana, and the Vikings hit the road again last weekend as they traveled out to the Black Hills State Tournament and came out of there with a perfect 4-0 record. Casey, talk about the weekend.
Yeah, it was a quick turnaround for us. A lot of new things happened during the week, but we were excited to play again. I think this week our focus was to work on our controllables and our side of the net, and it really worked well for us. We were successful, 4-0, like you said. And I think a lot of players really stepped up throughout the weekend at different times. Jordan Spatenka had a 21-kill match for us. Grace Sanders was great to have in the backcourt. Kayla Wallach, of course. And our middles have been really consistent, both with blocking and offensive kill production. So it was a good weekend for us.
Yeah, and freshman setter Marissa Johnson really did well for the Vikings.
Yep, we have 2 setters on our team right now, Katie Neeson and Marissa Johnson, and they both bring different qualities to our team. Marissa played a majority of this weekend, and she doesn't play like a freshman. She's very competitive, she's very polished, and she really brings leadership to the court. So for her age, she's doing a fantastic job and been a great addition.
Well, the Vikings, after 8 matches, were 6-2. We're back home for the first competition this weekend. We take on Upper Iowa on Friday night and Winona State at 5:30 on Saturday. Talk about the matches.
Both of them are Navy nail-biters. I mean, in this conference, every night is a battle, and these two are no different. They return a lot of players. Upper Iowa has their coach for their 2nd year, and they've really improved in the last couple of years. So I think our girls are just excited to be home, play in front of our fans, kind of get back in the routine of things. But it should be fun. I think we're here to defend our court.
Well, that's great to hear, and it's great action, fans. Volleyball at the Elman Center, Friday night, 7 o'clock, Upper Iowa. Saturday afternoon, 5:30, Winona State. Good luck, Keith.
Thanks, Bill.
This week in our Viking Snapshot, we'll catch up with 2 Augustana student athletes. First, we'll visit with Kara Bartles, a women's soccer player from Olathe, Kansas. And after that, we'll catch up with Paul Yak, a cross-country runner from Storm Lake, Iowa. Here we go with Kara Bartles. What do you think about the Vikings' soccer season so far?
This year's been really exciting. Starting off conference play 1-0 is always really fun, and we just have a new team this year. We have a new formation, awesome players off the bench, great freshmen. It's been really fun so far.
So how do you think we're going to do?
We never know. It's a good start, and we'll see where it goes.
Okay, and what's your major and what are your future plans?
My major is nursing and psychology, and not quite sure where I'm going with that.
What do you think of the Vikings cross-country season so far?
It's a real good one. I think everybody worked hard this summer, getting miles and coming fit to the season. So it's a good one.
You're the defending NSIC champion. What are your goals for this year?
This year, I think more of my goals this year are team-wise, like just running as a pack, but individually, hopefully, top 5 at nationals.
And what is your major and what are your future plans?
My major is exercise science and hopefully physical therapy or be a coach.
Premium is the new standard. The Volkswagen Passat. That's the power of German engineering.
Timing means everything here at Sanford, where experts have the skill to make split-second decisions when life hands you the unexpected. It takes a team to be the best, prepared and connected to a network of care, to life-saving treatments, ready before you ever need us. Your heart, our hands, connected. Sanford Heart.
With 25 years of experience and an outstanding trio of dentists, Doctors Birdolph, Byak, and Swingdorf, along with their caring team at Sensational Smiles, are passionate about developing long-lasting relationships. Sensational Smiles will partner with you to keep your teeth clean for a lifetime. Also check out our cavity-free club for kids with Sammy our mascot at sensationalsmilesforyou.com. Call 332-4751 now for a sensational smile every day.
How do you hold a moment? Keep friends and family close. Witness the passage of time. Replay the glory days. Relive magical nights. Create memories to share. How do you capture a lifetime? One picture at a time. Life Touch. Photography for a lifetime.
With me now is Augustana cross-country coach Tracy Hellman. Well, Tracy, it's another cross-country season at Augustana. The Vikings, a perennial national power, defending national champions in the ladies, an outstanding men's team this year, and boy, it had to be exciting to get the preseason started.
We were excited to get it going, that's for sure. It's been a process in the summer. You're looking forward to this year based on last year's success, but yet it's a new year, and we need to continue to remember that, but we certainly have some potential on both squads to do some special things this year.
You always take a preseason trip. People may be interested in kind of a camaraderie training kind of thing. Talk about that a minute.
We've been doing it for 8-9 years now. We go out to the Black Hills, we stay in some cabins, and just what you said, we kind of come together as a group with new individuals. We want to get them introduced to our teams, and it's just a real kind of family type of atmosphere that we do with our squads, and I think it's really beneficial for our success.
Well, that's the way the kind of the season started out, and then the Vikings hosted for the second straight year their home meet here, which is really a lot of fun. It's the Twilight Open, which was held here Friday night of Labor Day weekend. Talk about the meet and the excitement around it.
Yeah, it's the second year for us hosting it, and it's a cross-country meet under the lights, which is very unusual. Usually, you know, the cross-country meets are held in the mornings, and so we run down the Yankton Trails under the soccer lights, and we had over 1,000 spectators there, had 11 colleges, and it's just a different atmosphere. I think it just gains the excitement for the sport, and people that never really knew about cross country was out there watching it, and we ran well. We had some good individual performances, and it was a good starting point to the season.
Well, cool. It's a fun event and pretty unique. Tracy, talk about your teams.
Well, I guess we'll start with the women. Since they're defending national champs, we have 6 out of that 7 coming back. We have a lot of experience, a lot of senior leadership. We have a lot of potential for some great things, and we need to be healthy. We need to progress as the year goes on, but I think that this group has the potential to be even better than the squad last year. And leading that group is probably our Leah Hansen and Kyle Blakesley. They're 2 seniors on our squad, and they've been great leaders for us up to this point, and I expect them to continue to lead the way for us. For the men, we have a good squad of men, too. We're rated 4th in the nation right now. Paul Yak, Travis Biniak are kind of our lead. Ryan Evans are our lead guys in that group, and they're pretty hungry. They're pretty motivated based on, they were 6th last year, and they feel that they can run right up there with the best teams in the nation.
Well, we have outstanding teams on both sides, and we started, as we said, with the Twilight Open, and now a little competition this month up at South Dakota State for some of the troops, and then the rest getting geared up to go up to the Roy Griak Invitational at the University of Minnesota.
Yeah, so right now we have a meet this Friday at STSU, and it's a competition where some of our young kids are going to get a taste for the college distance because they're a little bit farther than high school. We'll have a kind of a split squad running there. But really, we'll open up our full squads at the end of this month at like you said, the GRIAC, and it's really our first true test. We'll be running against some pretty stellar competition. That'll give us a sense of like where we really are at a national level.
And you mentioned before we went on the air, you're going to run in the Division I competition, so against the Gophers and everybody else.
Yeah,
right?
we're moving up, and we look at this as a great opportunity for our kids to have a challenge, and it kind of simulates a national type atmosphere, and our kids are really looking forward to it. They're pretty fired up to toe the line against the best Division I schools out there to show others that, you know, we got a pretty good program too.
Yeah, and that's coming up September 29th at the University of Minnesota. Tracy, it's off to the races for the ladies and the guys. Good luck with the season. We'll be right back with our Augustana Sports Calendar for this week.
1, 2, 3, play!
Today we come together, united as a human family. Today we share the same stage, the same commitment, the same dream. Today is not just about the ceremony, the flags raised at the end. It's about what it takes to get there, the commitment, the finest training, and digging deep when the moment depends on it. Today we come together to improve the human condition.
Meet Rob Moore from Aberdeen, South Dakota. As a Mid-Continent service manager, he makes sure our service techs have the tools to keep customers ahead of the technology game. Rob also keeps busy coaching youth football, teaching kids both the fundamentals of the game and good sportsmanship. Looks like Rob's a game changer in more ways than one.
I'm Rob Moore, and we're good people here in Aberdeen.
You can be part of
Something bigger.
As Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union, you'll have more than a place to do your banking.
As a member of Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union, you'll receive interest refunds on your loans, actual cash back every month.
They're the loan leaders. They even gave their members over $91,000 back last year.
And no hoops to jump through.
Just a place to do your banking, where you are the focus, not profit.
Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union. Yesterday's values, tomorrow's technology.
You may have met one. The teachers who challenge. The ones who motivate. The ones who can fire imagination. The ones, in short, that you'll find at Augustana. Now, maybe you don't believe that one college could have so many great professors. If so, you're in for an education. Augustana.
Well, let's take a look at the Augustana Sports Calendar for this week. Friday, September 14th, volleyball against Upper Iowa University, first home match, 7 o'clock at the Elman Center. Men's and women's cross country is at the SDSU Classic in Brookings. Saturday, September 15th, women's soccer on the road at Northern State in Aberdeen. Football, second home game of the season against Minnesota Crookston, 1 o'clock at Kirkaby Over Stadium. Volleyball also home with a 5:30 match against Winona State at the Elman Center. Sunday, September 16th, soccer continues their road trip at MSU Moorhead. Monday and Tuesday, September 17 and 18, men's golf is on the road at the Concordia Invitational in Lake Elmo, Minnesota. And remember, for radio coverage of Augustana football, you can hear the Vikings on KIKN FM 100.5 and worldwide at KIKN.com. And Augustana Athletics information. If you want to know all about the Viking Athletic program, go to GoAugie.com, and for discount tickets, go to GoAugie.com/tickets. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at this same time next week for another edition of Augustana Sportscene.
You have been watching Augustana Sportscene, a weekly review of Viking Athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Learn more about Augustana College in Sioux Falls at augie.edu.